Hello, friends, and welcome to this special episode of Chat with Chithra Season 2. Namaste. Today we are with His Excellency Dr. Shashank Vikram, IFS, Consul General of India in Birmingham, and the Chief Patron of the World Music Conference. Dr. Vikram is a medical practitioner turned into a diplomat who has served key positions related to foreign affairs of India in different countries. Today we are discussing about a topic which would be of great interest to all the Indians living in the Midlands and elsewhere in the United Kingdom. India's history, as we all know, dates back to thousands of years and which is filled with a rich history of culture, tradition, and the arts for several decades, and which has a very profound impact across the globe today. What are your efforts and strategies to empower Indian communities and also the students who come from India to study in the Midlands?
Well, thank you so much, Chithra. Firstly, thank you for inviting me today. You very rightly mentioned that Indian culture, it is, I would say, it has a journey of over a millennia now, and it is I would say it's so rich and so diverse, and it gets reflected in so many different different forms of art, cuisine, the languages, the scriptures. So it is such a huge span that the word Indian culture itself is not able to do a complete justice to the full bouquet of things which India as the great civilization has to offer. And as far as the community here is concerned, I think as described by the Honorable Prime Minister, it is the strongest living bridge between India and UK. And there is a lot of cultural consciousness among the people in UK, as is evident, right now we are going through Diwali, and so many organizations all across Midlands and north of England, the region I deal with. So many organizations are organizing so many cultural functions, which once again reflect the diversity. And you rightly mentioned about the students. So yes, there are a large number of the students here. We have over, I think, 40 universities in the Midland and north of England. And each of the university today, among the foreign students, I think Indians will either be the largest or the second largest in most of the cases. And those two I'm talking about students coming from India. So yes, we maintain a very close contact with the universities. We interact with them. We also encourage them to hold the days of Indian culture. This is something which, last year I spoke to around vice chancellors of around 40 universities, and I requested them to hold a day of Indian culture. And last year it was COVID, but I would say that I'm proud to say that because of those efforts, now the first day of Indian culture in one of the universities is being celebrated on this Friday. And this is a good thing, and I would like more universities to do that. University of Sunderland is doing it, so I would like to see much more events and much more things like that, because the students who come this far, they are also looking for some connect, for something to bring them together, and a culture is, I think, the most appropriate vehicle to bring people together.
Absolutely. And it's so very impressive to hear about the efforts by your team across the Midlands and also the northern region. We have several Indian communities across the Midlands. Could you please elaborate to our viewers what are the scope of events and platforms where the communities can be brought together in promoting Indian culture in the Midlands and elsewhere in the UK? I know we have all had this very difficult and challenging year because of the pandemic. How do you propose to promote Indian culture region-wise? And what are the challenges that you face post the pandemic?
Well, firstly, I must say that now it is post-pandemic, and when it comes to Indian culture, I don't think so that is the It is the challenges which matter. It is the opportunity. The opportunity is huge. So it is our duty to ensure, and when I say our duty, everybody who loves Indian culture, I'm not only us who are working in official capacity, but people like you, people like all those who love Indian culture. I would say the challenge in our face is the opportunity. Opportunity is so huge, and the demand is there. There is so much of interest, not only among Indian communities, but also among the other communities to see our culture, to witness the art, to witness the music, to witness the different forms of I would say different forms of our cultural which aspects which we can offer. That opportunity is huge, to stand up to that opportunity and provide people what they want is something which I think we all need to brace up for. And I would appreciate that you are also making a big effort in that regard, and that would also help in a way. Though I understand it's a world music conference, but the Indian music in turn will also, people will also get to relish Indian music in that. So we have, like this year we have India at 75 going on. So we are celebrating it on various platforms. Now, as you know, we are also doing a periodical musical now, which is called Rhythms of India, in which artists all across Midland and north of England are participating. It is periodically broadcasted every 2 weeks on channels, and it has had a very good response. And that we saw that so many artists actually came together for that. Similarly, various different cultural programs have been organized and are being in pipeline to be organized. Also through you, I will say that if any organization wishes to celebrate India at 75 or wishes to do it in their locality or in their area, please do write to us, do approach to us, and we will explore the ways in which we can work together.
That's a fantastic opportunity. I'm sure many Indians who are watching this would definitely come forward. As our esteemed Consul General of India in Birmingham, what is your message to the Indian communities across the Midlands? How do you think they can help further in promoting our Indian culture and create more awareness among the young Indian generation?
There are very active diaspora and cultural organizations all over the landscape. And I think what you are mentioning is a common, I would say, common issue which many organizations also have, that, how to get young people involved in the activities and how to them, so I think we should come up with good shows and good cultural presentation which attracts the new people, which attracts the young people, because those are the artists of tomorrow, those are the singers of tomorrow, those are the dancers of tomorrow. Even if they don't pick it up as their career, the mere appreciation of the classical music or dance will make them with their roots. So I think that should always be the effort of any organization which is working towards Indian culture. And we also have the same efforts as.
Besides the Midlands region, what other regions do you cover in terms of the consulate?
Well, in terms of us, we cover Midland and north of England. So basically, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool, up to Newcastle.
Right. You are the chief patron of the World Music Conference. What are your views on this year's conference theme?
First of all, well, thank you so much for the honor. And pandemic, and this pandemic is something which I think none of us had ever had a similar experience in our life before. And when we use the word pandemic, I remember in my in my college days, and I come from medical background, we used to learn the difference between the definitions of an epidemic and a pandemic and something which is endemic. Yeah. And now this pandemic has actually told all of us the definition as it is, everybody knows it. So what it has told, that humanity is connected much more strongly than we would have imagined. Our challenges sometimes, and like in this case, in this particular case, a pandemic, they could be common challenges. They will not differentiate between rich and poor. They will not differentiate between continents and oceans. They will just come. So then it also comes back to the same thing. When the challenges are there, then the solution also has to be something which is universal. So like most countries are now on the vaccination drive, and India, through its initiatives of Vaccine Matri has been sending vaccines to the so many other countries. But the reason for that effort is that, only we will come over this pandemic only when people across the continents are vaccinated. You can't let virus thrive in one continent and have another, otherwise it will be some other disease, some other year.
Sure.
So that is there. And because this was so unique, it also threw some challenges which were unique. One was mental wellness. Now, when the people get confined to their home spaces, to their, I would say, to the same set of people in the family, they don't go out, they don't interact. And they are obviously, some people feel that they are getting stagnated, for young people, especially who are in college, they are not getting the college experience they hoped for, or the school experience they hoped for. And that breeds into a lot of tension and a lot of pressure. And I feel that music as a therapy can be a great source of solace. And that is why I would congratulate you for choosing the theme. I think it's very relevant, and trying year, and I will say not in year, trying 2 years now almost. So, and especially in these trying times, and I hope that the lot of young people do join you for this program and benefit from it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vikram. Namaste.
Yes, thank you. Namaste.